All right, today we're going to look at variability. Variability, you might be familiar with this word, you might not be, but basically variability is how spread out a data set is. So if I had two different sets of numbers, let's say I had 1, 1, 1, 2, and 2. And then let's say I had 0, 45, 78, 100, and over here I'm going to put 3. This set up here, this top set, this set would not have variability because those numbers are not very spread out at all. They're very uniform. They're almost all the same. But this second set of numbers right here definitely does have variability because all of those numbers are very spread out. So those numbers vary, which means it has variability. So below here, we're going to do a few examples together, real world examples. It says to highlight the examples below that would have high variability. So we're going to highlight any of them that would have a lot of variability. So the first one says the cost of houses across the United States. Well, if you think about it, houses across the United States, that's going to be huge variability because you have mansions, you have trailers, you have all kinds of different regions of the United States that cost different amounts of money. So the cost of houses across the United States would definitely have variability in it. The second one says the number of minutes students spend in each class each day at Draper Intermediate. Well, if you think about it, that's going to pretty much stay the exact same amount of time every day for every class. So that number, or that example, is not going to have variability in it. Student grades on a test. This one could be a little tricky because if you think about it, if all students got a 95 and above on a test, that's not going to have very much variability because those numbers aren't varying very much. But if you have students who failed the test, some students got 100 on the test, and you've got a lot of numbers in between, that is going to have a lot of variability. So I'm going to go ahead and highlight that because you do have a pretty big chance of having numbers spread out. Then the next one says the temperature in Texas during the summer. Well, if you think about it, during the summer in Texas, it's pretty much about 100 degrees every day. It might be 95, it might be 100, it might be 105, but it's pretty close to the same. So that would not have variability, or would not have very much variability for the most part. But the one right below it, the temperature in Texas throughout the entire year, that would have pretty high variability because some days it's below freezing in Texas, some days it's 100 degrees, some days it's about 70 degrees. So throughout the entire year, there is a lot of variability. So really, you're just asking yourself when it comes to variability, are my numbers really spread out or are they pretty much all about the same? If they're really spread out, then it's going to have variability. Our word of the day is going to be mode. Word of the day is mode. If you have a question, pop in our Google Meets and let us know.